I don't know if this is just really old stuff. It's printing like a matte black. I printed a couple pieces. Got it at 235. It's this stuff here. It doesn't say anything. It just says black. It does kind of look strange. So I guess maybe it is supposed to be this way. I don't know, it's definitely got a funny texture in it, I can see. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be like this. I'm printing another extruder bracket. I've printed a ton of these today, and a couple of them are just like junk, not gonna work for anything. A couple of them work for one type of extruder and one for another. And then I got the direct drive kit too, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. So I'm thinking this one here might be the one that I'm waiting on. And then I've got the other printer we'll go take a look at right now, but the other printer is the V32 Neo, and it's been converted to direct drive. Okay, so this is running on the Sonic pad. I have not tried to optimize it or anything. So I don't really care for this thing at all, and I think it would probably print just like this. This is some weird benchy with like a profile around it and support around it. And anyway, so this is my direct drive, and with this direct drive, we retained the factory metal one, and I don't have any plans to upgrade this to a dual gear unless I see a reason to. Now, if we did, here's the dual gear plate. I can tell you right now, it ain't gonna work very easily. So there are various different brackets and things. I don't remember what this one's for, but if you want the specific dual gear, it's going to be tall like this. See, this is the one they just sent me today, and I would say that either it was just poorly constructed or possibly already used. I don't know. Honestly, I don't care as long as it functions. So this one was a lot simpler, didn't come with any extra stuff, and I think that we'll put it on this one because this is I think the more common printer, but I'm not sure that it's gonna work any better. So you got that gear and that gear. I should look and compare this to the other kit that they sent me, used stuff. So it's interesting, I can see here it's been machined underneath here. I don't know if there's a hole under that for a reason, which is part of the machining process, but anyway, you want to have it sit there like that. It's quite a bit bigger than a regular one, so I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, because this thing, you know, if it doesn't work really good and it doesn't make it print faster or more accurately, then it's kind of an inconvenience, because unless you're running something like this where it doesn't matter when you have it on a bracket like this, it's going to matter because it moves the spot out differently. And then, like with these printers, all of them are different. You look right here, you can see this one is coming right next to the pin here. It's over quite a bit. So that's why when you use the professional firmware, it's designed for this printer. And then you come over here and you use this one. This thing's almost in the middle. So what happens is you're printing, and with the professional firmware, it thinks the extruder's over here, but really it's over here, and then when you home it, it goes off the edge of the bed. So I'm not sure why somebody didn't just come out with another, deal for the professional firmware for this printer. But I finally repaired the board that was in here, so I didn't have to run a custom firmware. The problem with this printer here is the print head and the CR Touch are different from this. There is a version of this, or an add-on, or a firmware for CR Touch, BL Touch for this one. But this one comes with it. And it comes with the 4.2.2 motherboard. And if you damage that board, you won't be able to find one. And you'll need to buy the 4.2.7 board, and it is not compatible with any firmware for this printer. They never made this printer with that board, so they never developed a firmware for it. I'm going to guess that this is just discontinued. So this printer, the Ender 3 V2, they still make it, and they have a more current board in the newer ones. It will come with the 4.2.7. So with that, you can get the firmware for it specifically for this board, which determines where the print head is at and the physical dimensions. Otherwise, these two printers are exactly the same in the display, the drawer, the power supply, the stepper motors, the location of the extruder. They both have adjustable belts. This has a slightly different cover here, and it has an end stop. I don't know if this one does. I don't see one, but I can't remember. I think I'm trying to remember how it does not have an end stop. So and this one also has, so you have your Z, which is resting on right now. The Z, and then the X, and then the Y. And the Y is back here. And this one definitely has the Y. I'm just not seeing the other part. Let me see here. It's just buried underneath there. They put it under here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it's got a different end with a different location to that. The steppers, they all look the same. It's basically the same printer. It's just different print head. It doesn't have an extra anything. It'd be nice to see them put duals on these, make them a little more accurate. Because you can do this a little bit. This one's not too bad. I've got another printer over there where this bracket is actually completely loose. So I'm going to figure out which one is really, the best one, and I'll focus my efforts on that. But this is just kind of a modifying platform for me to learn and do things with. So I don't really see a huge difference between these two. In fact, I don't like the fact that this has some other type of hot end. I don't really think it has an all-metal heat break. Maybe it does. It looks like it could, but I don't think it does. This one definitely doesn't, and this just uses your regular, type of thing that we've seen on all of them. So, this one's super easy to get parts for. I think this one's like $21 for the hot end, bare minimum. So, and then this other one over here, has some completely different hot end in it. I want to remix this bracket, I think, on this one. I mean, I don't mind having it here, but because of the way the rollers are on my deal here, I want to move this around. I don't know. They make other stuff. I'm not sure. I might just be better to leave it alone because, like, let's say I put one of these on here. Well, where am I going to mount my run out sensor? So this one here is loose. So and I don't know how that affects the print. So this is typical hot end, and then also this one here has a nocturne fan in it. And you got, this and that. And it also has a 4.2.7. So Dave did a bunch of stuff. So when you do that, you have to go to this display. Because I don't even think this had a 4.2.2. I think this had like the really old, like 1 point something board. Which I think, here's a picture of it right here. Because this for this, and they're assuming that, 1.1.4. Which they show the wires you would hook up. And so Dave's probably updated this so you could do the CR touch on it, because with this board here, you would have to get like a breakout board for the Z-stop or something, and then the power. I forget exactly how it worked, but you can put CR touch on a board like this, but you need to do a few other weird things. So I guess when you want to do that, it's easier just to go ahead and change the computer. So that's what Dave did. He put a 4.2.7 in here. And so this is the older, the Pro version. It would normally come with the Ender with the encoder over here. And I'm pretty sure that I have this computer plus the display in a parts box. So, it's cool to have it, but I'm not so sure that I want to waste my time installing this. First of all, if I do, it'll be pretty easy, but I'll have to run all the wires again, and then, So I'm not sure. Like it's brand new. It was $29 something, $30 or whatever it is. I don't like how they're doing this on here. Like they got that stupid bracket. I actually printed a bracket for this so that you can put the other type of extruder. Although it's not the type of extruder that I have, but it's a metal type. And this one still has the plastic one. So really I've just got too many things going. So but anyway, if I could take this, I would probably just, I don't know if I'd want to swap it out just because. But as you can see here, these are a lot bigger. Basically, this whole piece past here is that much thicker. And I think that's like 2, 3, 4 millimeters or something. I'm not really sure what to do with my caliper. I don't know. Let's see. So, I have those little rulers somewhere, which actually be easier to measure it. So, but these are inches, millimeters. I just want to see. So that would be 130 to 150, like, okay. Now we'll just measure it. It's about 7.26 millimeters thicker. And then I think the other part is about 16. Let's see if the I don't even know if that's even 16. Yeah, so they're about the same without that other part on it. So it's kind of like they just like casted this extra for the gear. Um, so I'm not really sure if I want to bother with trying to do that yet, or I got this one here. I printed this one. This is on the plastic factory one, so I think this printer here is having problems still. So we need to. I got to verify that I got this working right before I do any modifications, just because that could make things really confusing. And then the same thing with the other one. So for right now, so like this one here is just printing this, whatever this is, just some kind of weird benchy with supports around it. I don't know what it was like intended to do. It was already on here. I tried to put a USB stick on here and it just wouldn't read it. So I'm having problems with the Sonic Pad not reading files that are sliced on USB. So I just had this already on there. So what this thing, what was supposed to be, just like so you could like print maybe really fast. We're using this stuff that's not really the greatest. Kind of like this sheet's not really the greatest. It smells really funky when it heats up too. Well, you just can't really see anything, can you? So it's printing the boat, and we'll come back here when it's done. It's not going to be anything amazing. It's not like where I printed the benchy on the Solvol SV07 with POA on their factory sliced test code, where everything was like absolutely perfect. But this printer here, as far as I can tell, isn't really benefiting from Klipper, and I would imagine that a lot of things need to get changed, and probably need to hook up the accelerometer here, and we'll figure that out later. I haven't had time to try any of that. I'm just trying to get these things working. So anyway, we'll just get it working, and this thing's printing like a really long print, so we'll wait until it gets done doing its thing. And plus I hadn't really been able to get a lot done today. The wife was sick, and I had to hang out with the kids and stuff most of the day, and they actually were pretty good, but they didn't want to go to bed, so I was trying to keep them away from her so she could sleep, get better. So anyway, they're not at the point where they can come out here and hang out with me without getting into everything, so when they do get to that point, then I just spend more time with them and show them stuff, and that'll be cool. Anyway, I think I've kind of inherited a print farm. So this is my go-to, and this thing in the enclosure makes everything easy. I've had some problems with it, but not really that much, not like anything else. I just had like some kind of maybe Z-hop issues and retraction issues. So, but so far it's my best printer. Anyway, catch you guys later. No, I did not even turn the radio on today. Haven't been on the radio, nothing like that. So, got the radios over here. Nothing's been turned on. Just printing lots of files. Catch you later.